Hi, this is Hear the Roll podcast. I am Paul Schneider. As always, you can follow us on all major podcast platforms. That would be Spotify, Amazon, Apple, etc. And you can follow us on social media on Instagram, on here.the.raw, and on TikTok on here_the_raw, where you can also get some details of my own latest journey with my recent diagnosis of metastatic head and neck cancer that I'm currently dealing with. Yep, latest information available on those social media sites. Today, I've got with me someone who I've got to know quite well very recently. Jon Organ is with me. Hi, Jon.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm good, thank you. So Jon is a survivor of laryngeal cancer. That was the right way to say it, Jon?
Yeah, that's it. Laryngeal cancer. Well done.
Yeah. So Jon was diagnosed in late 2022 with surgery in 2023. This is going to be a fascinating interview. Jon actually featured in a lot of the news media recently after the diagnosis of Jamie Theakston, which hit the news. I would say this is because Jon not only is the inspiration that you're going to find out he is on this interview, but Jon also runs a profile on social media called Life After Larry, doing some quite amazing things about just uncovering the truths about laryngectomy and laryngeal cancer, and also providing support out there to the people that will be suffering and have suffered with the very same thing. So great to have you on, Jon.
Yeah, great to be here. I really appreciate your time and yeah, awareness is key, as you know. So I appreciate your time.
No problem. So I think the first thing I always do, Jon, is I ask any guest to say, so I start with who is Jon Organ? Now, what's interesting is a lot of people will talk a bit about who they were and who they are now, a little bit about personal, a little bit about work stuff, for example, maybe. So I know you're doing some interesting things out there, which we'll cover off in the interview anyway. But who is Jon Organ? Tell the audience who you are, mate, please.
Jon Organ is a 57, nearly 58-year-old man um, who has four grown-up children and 11 grandchildren.
Wow.
Yeah, wonderful. I love it. It's wonderful. Really is. Keeps you on your toes, keeps you young. Um, and my personal life is I was in construction most of my life. And then later on, developing my role into health and safety in the workplace. And I teach equality, diversity, and inclusion to trainers in the workplace still today. A big passion of mine, equality. Um, that was my life. It's still partly my life. But more so, my life now is to raise awareness and support and help every other patient and family and carer going through such a difficult, lonely, isolating time in their life.
You know what, Jon? I think look, we're clearly going straight into it. So, I I talk to my wife about, the deeper, more intimate sides of dealing with cancer. That's the person I have those deep, conversations with. And, feeling lonely and isolated is something that I have had to admit on a number of occasions, because you get the whole, I'm with you, we're with you. And it's like, yeah, I know, but it's my journey and I do feel lonely. I'm just talking about from an outsider's point of view, so I hope this comes across the right way. It is lonely, and I had to go through some facial disfigurement I had to deal with that for a couple of years. Thankfully, I've had a lot of recovery. But the physical change as a result of your cancer, it's I would say it's not a competition, but I would say it's really significant. Is that is that kind of the hardest thing that people have to get their head around with laryngeal cancer? Apart from the fact you've got cancer, it's this fact you're going to have a device on your neck. You're going to sound different. You're going to look different. How do you understand where I'm going with this? Is that
Yeah, no,
is that a
totally,
major part of the loneliness and the struggle with the journey?
totally understand you. In some cases, some people would say yes, and I can't speak for women. would say find that difficult. We all speak with this deep, gruff voice. We all sound exactly the same, more or less. No, for me, and it's a great question, Paul, because people need to understand this. When you have laryngeal cancer and or any cancer on the voice box, and your voice box is taken away, your whole identity and the person you are is taken away. Your voice is your identity, is who you are.
Yes.
How you sound and how you articulate. And every part of that is taken. So when I had surgery, I was very, very lonely. There's not a lot of support out there for laryngectomy patients. So yeah, that was it. It's a total, you imagine it takes I can't speak if I don't press this button and block off air.
Yes.
I
I
have
think
no
so.
voice box.
Yeah.
So I have a gating vibration in my esophagus.
Right. And so, is that why you set up Laugh After Larry, realizing the loneliness, the struggles, and then decided to get out there and get it in the open and start helping other people?
Well, yeah, I mean, I looked around. So I was diagnosed on the 16th of November 2022. I thought I had a throat infection. And I was told there and then I had cancer,
Right.
which very quickly becomes stage 4 cancer into the thyroid and several lymph nodes removed. Anyway, so I looked into the impact on my life, the daily maintenance, the sleeping, the walking and talking. And I found some American sites where they mainly talk about insurances. So it wasn't really relevant. And I sat on my hospital bed with a nurse called Emma, and I was in tears. I wrote down a piece of paper. I found the piece of paper the other day in a book. And I said to her, no Larry will ever feel alone as long as I've got air in my body. No one will have to do what I'm doing now. So we set up a support group, Life After Larry, to show patients, one, that there is a life, don't be despondent and don't despair, and two, the support of others in a group will support you and get you through it.
Yes.
And it's lovely to see the Facebook groups. They call it, the members, there's 320 odd patients and carers on it.
Yeah.
We call it a family, they don't call it a group. That's what we try and instill.
So, it's amazing what you're doing. So look, first of all, keep up the good work, and obviously on behalf of everyone, thank you. But talk us through the road to diagnosis, Jon. So you touched on the fact that you thought you had a throat infection, and if you don't mind, talk us. Can you take us into the part of the story or the journey, after surgery? I think what I'm quite curious to know is, what is the surgery? How did it go? What side effects did you have at the time? What issues were you dealing with as a result of your, voice box being removed, etc., and also the journey to diagnosis.
Yeah, no problem. Here we go. Rise down, roller coaster. Yeah,
I was down for a full house, right?
So I had a hoarse voice. So for about 2 years beforehand, I was having a lot of bloods coming back and stuff, low iron and bits like that. Then I was under a team for pancreatic cancer, which I never had. But they thought I did, but during all these tests, they found upper right lobe emphysema. So they prescribed me some inhalers. And pretty much immediately, in the first couple of weeks after taking inhalers, I developed a hoarse voice. So long story short, for about a year, I was going to my GP saying I've got a hoarse voice, and they were saying, yeah, it's inhalers, don't worry. Now, in the end, I got an earache, and I never get earaches. I've never had earache in my life. So I went back and I said, this hoarse voice is getting worse. I've got earache. And I'm not getting better. So they sent me to ENT on a 2-week rule.
Yeah.
So they put camera down. I felt well. I just felt tired, and I put that down to lack of iron. And all I had was an hoarse voice and a bit of an earache. They
Yeah.
put it through my nose, down my throat. He said, "Is there anything you're concerned about?" I said, "No, I probably got throat infection. Give me some tablets and I'll be on my way." And he said, "I'm afraid it's a lot more serious than that. You've got cancer and it's blocking 40% of your airway.
Wow.
Yeah, you'll have a PET scan tomorrow." Um, so things moved pretty quick. They told me stage 3 radiotherapy chemo. We'll have one more scan and then we'll tell you a start date. Done all that. Went to the Marsden. They told me it was stage 4 now. Very aggressive in the blood vessels. And
Right.
I had 3 days to decide on life-changing surgery, which I refused at first. But they gave me roughly 4 months to live.
Right. If you didn't have the surgery.
If I didn't have the surgery, if I did have the
Yeah.
surgery, they would hopefully give me 5 years.
Right. Okay.
So you have such a high percentage of getting other cancers because of where it is. Lung cancer, liver cancer are major, about 80% chance.
Right. Right.
And we direct or even an open stoma behind the ear drain to the lungs. So there's all
Right.
sorts of complications.
Yeah.
So I had surgery 9th of January. I was getting on for about 10 hours of surgery, maybe a bit more. Removed the voice box complete, thyroid, loads of lymph nodes, 80 or so.
Yeah.
Woke up in intensive care to be told I had COVID.
Oh my God.
So there I was, cut ear to ear on 100% oxygen into a hole through my neck with COVID.
Huh.
They told me that if I didn't improve in 24 hours, I was on some antiviral drugs and they would breathe for me. So I spent the first 7 days,
Wow.
days intensive care and then
Yeah.
5 days in isolation on a ward.
Yeah.
And then on the ward, they teach you how to breathe. They teach you how to swallow. They teach you how to talk. You learn it all over again. You have so many scans, swallow tests to make sure liquid goes in the stomach and not in the lung.
Yeah. Yeah.
It still happens now. Yeah, and then you have 3 weeks at home after all that. You rest, and then you have your regular, the 6 weeks radiotherapy and a couple of chemo. Throw it on top, which I
Yeah.
wish I'd had now, because out of all of it, radiotherapy, as you well know, for head and neck cancer is blooming brutal.
Yes. Yeah. So, and was it for you? Yeah.
Yeah, terrible, really brutal. So it infected my stoma where I breathe through because my nose and mouth don't work anymore. No air goes through there.
Oh,
I
right.
can't,
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
I can't smell. I have no sense of smell.
Right.
That is card. So I'm deaf in one ear.
Right.
No sense of smell. I breathe everything out of here.
Right. Okay.
See, there's a filter there. That doesn't work. It's
Yes.
moisture back into your lung. So if you put your hand over my mouth and nose, I'll still breathe. If you put your hand over my neck, I can't breathe.
Yes.
So the infection I got there from burning shrank my stoma and it became quite small, and that was quite difficult. A lot of mouth ulcers, bleeding,
Yes.
didn't eat, couldn't swallow. I refused to peg tube. But yeah, it's brutal. And
Yeah.
chemotherapy affected my legs straight away. I'm still having acupuncture and physio a year and a half later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but first
So
of all,
has it I mean, I feel like this is almost a stupid question, You know, has it affected what you eat, the way you eat, the amount you eat, your diet ultimately? Has it affected your diet? And in what ways? And also ultimately, yeah, I'll come on to the next question afterwards, actually.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, with most laryngectomy patients, probably 99%, no, 100%. It affects some way in the way you swallow. Many will not eat at all and probably never again. Many will have a full liquid diet, so they blend everything.
Yeah.
I have a very wet diet, so I have pastas and stuff that's very wet, but not. It's strange because you don't have a swallow muscle, so everything is gravity swallowed, and you
Right.
swallow
Yes.
it up. Um, so I can't swallow mashed potato because it's too the way it's consistency, it just sticks there. Um,
Right. Okay. So because it's
yeah,
quite sticky, I guess. Right. So just
yeah. So
yes.
you can't swallow that. Most things I won't give in to it, so I will have a full roast dinner, and I'll get food like it. But
That
with
doesn't
that,
surprise me.
it takes a litre and a half of water to get a roast dinner down.
Right. Okay. So lots of feeding
So,
afterwards.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the toilet. So you don't eat out in restaurants. You don't go
Yes.
out. You don't do nothing like that. So, and 95% of taste is gone. So you
Yeah.
only live on texture.
Right. Okay. So it's a whole new world of it's a whole new diet world basically. Is
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
right?
And you know yourself from head radiotherapy, things I used to love and enjoy, I can't eat now.
Yes.
They taste so strange. So
Yes.
when I first started eating again, I would eat, I don't know, an orange and go, wow, the taste on that is amazing.
Yeah.
Because tasting it again for the first time, it'd have a different taste. But what it was explained to me was you wasn't really tasting anything different. You was remembering the taste. So
Oh, right. Right.
now 18 months on, I've forgotten the taste. So now my
Right.
taste is almost zero because my brain has forgotten that what that tasted like.
Well, John, you have got such a positive just you just ooze positivity. You know, you seem to on the surface have handled this with incredible strength and focus. You know, I've got to ask you, you know, first of all, you know, is that the case? And secondly, how have you done this, John?
Well, yeah, it is the case. And don't get me wrong, there was very, very dark days, but I won't be defeated. And very early on, I discovered that the limitations are the limitations in your mind. Now, it's only
Right.
you that will fail. Now,
Yeah.
the way you think and the way you react, and I've said this to a lot of laryngectomies, bless them. And if you can't cope with it, you can't cope. It's the way you are.
Yeah.
But the way you start your day, so my day starts at 5:30 every day where I nebulize. We nebulize 3, 4 times a day to try and loosen the secretions that you bring up constantly through your stoma because
Yes.
you can't blow your nose anymore.
And
Everything
just to
comes.
say, the nebulizer is the same type of device that they use for people with asthma having an
Yeah,
asthma attack, don't they? Which, if I'm not mistaken, does that dry up or clear up anything stuck in the airways? Is that what it
yeah,
is?
it
Yeah.
loosens stuff. So it loosens stuff. So you use a cough to bring it up. A lot of
Yes.
people, I have them here, we use suction machine to clear
Yes.
your lines down there. It's a load of maintenance, but so 5:30 in the morning, I'd nebulize, and then straight after that, I'd sit and prepare my day mentally. So if you sit there and you say, today's going to be hard work, you know, I'm not going to be able to do this, that is your day.
Yes.
If you say to yourself, right, today, we're going to get up, we're going to walk the dog with my walking stick, and we're going to attack the day and find positivity in everything we do, then your day is better like that.
Yes.
And it's your own limitations. So every single thing that I don't just do stuff for life after Larry. I'm an ambassador for Oracle Voices, Throat Cancer Foundation, Radiotherapy UK, Radchat. I work with Royal Marsden Hospital, National Institute of Clinical Care Excellence. My day is filled with everything to raise awareness and try and help others. I'm probably a pain in the neck to most people.
Excuse the pun, right?
Yeah, yeah, like, yeah, I'll help you, I'll help you. No, but I mean, I said this to you earlier. One of my greatest achievements is I now sing in a choir with the Shelter Cancer Choir and Thomas Moores.
This is unreal. Carry on, yeah.
How can you have your voice box removed and sing in a choir? Yesterday, I've made some great friends. We are all laryngectomies. And yesterday we was at rehearsals for a production on the 14th of November. And I was rehearsing at the Royal Opera House in London, Covent Garden.
Yeah. Amazing. Amazing.
Singing. I never sang before I had cancer, let alone after it. So you just for me, I had to find out everything I could. And if you do that and you put yourself out there, then doors will open and other people know what. Paul, the truth of the matter is, if you support other people and help other people, you get that back in spades.
Amen to that. Absolutely right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think just to add to that, also you do absolutely get it back if you give it out. It's the law of the universe, I guess. But also if you need support, go and ask for it. You know, I think sometimes it starts there. You know, if you don't know where to get it, ask where to get it. If you don't know somebody that can give it to you, ask for somebody that can introduce you. Anything.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. So when I first was told I was going to have a laryngectomy,
yeah,
I didn't find it. You know, I found one guy, a guy called Doug, and he became my mentor.
Yeah.
Since then, and I will blow my own drum because it's good to.
Yes.
Travelled from north to south, visiting hospitals and patients, and visited an 85-year-old guy recently who wasn't going to have surgery, and he's fine now, he's had it. I see patients before surgery in St George's Hospital in London. My surgeon, a guy called Mr. Aaron Zakar, who's an amazing man, often asks me to talk to patients. I do that. Next month, I'm going to a hospital in Harlow, NS6, to talk to patients by their invite. And you're right, if you don't seek it and don't ask for help, you will suffer in silence.
Yes.
And most laryngectomy patients are silent anyway. So read it out. I mean, the group's there, the Instagram's there, the Facebook group's there, the website, on the website, www.lifeafterlarry.co.uk is my phone number. Message me, and people do. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And believe it or not, Paul, people message me from New Delhi, New Zealand, Australia, Holland, all over the world. And, you know, someone somewhere is sitting in her bedroom at 2 o'clock in the morning in bits.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I can't abide that.
Is it fair to say also that, you know, by giving the amount of support that you do, it's fairly cathartic to you? So the message here being that, you know, anyone else that goes and gets their own support, you know, once you're in a better place, go and give support to others as well, because it has a cathartic element to your own healing, right?
100%, 100%. Now, and that is so evident in the Facebook group, because there is my partner in crime, a guy called Ian, who jumped on board with me from an early stage, Ian Phillipson. It's given him a purpose to run that group. We have another guy, Mark, who looks after our Zoom meetings and does stuff. Jane, who's had her own struggles, she looks after website, newsletter. And there's people in the group that have roles that are giving them back and making them better. And you've also got people in that group of people, you know, like the likes of Carl and Debbie, and are always there offering advice to other people that they
Yes.
never did before, but it's
Right.
given something back.
Yes. Yeah. So key. So, John, I want to talk. So, first of all, the choir. What's the name of the choir, please?
So it's the Shelter Cancer Choir, and you can go onto YouTube and watch videos of it. Um, and it's run by a guy called Thomas Moores, Dr. Thomas Moores, who was Belgian from birth. My
Right.
little Cooper or
Yeah.
he's Belgian from birth. He's a head and neck doctor and a choir master, and he combined the both things together to give the laryngectomy patient a voice in singing. So yesterday we was practicing Wonderful World with Armstrong,
Yeah.
and to do it in the Royal Opera House, and we had what are they called, composers there, and they were talking to us yesterday, and they were saying how poignant it is to have people singing without a voice box in the opera house. But they go all over the place. They were singing in Belgium last year,
Yeah.
and I'm really busy, as you know, Paul.
Yeah.
Uh, but I've sang with them half a dozen times or so. But like Carl, I just mentioned, he's now singing with them, so I try and bring other people on.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing. Amazing. So, I think I think you back up this statement that with cancer being as shit as it is, etc., and all the dark days that come with it, some amazing things come out of our journeys. Um,
unbelievably so, Paul. Unbelievable.
yeah,
And I'll
yeah.
tell you what as well. Sorry to buy in, but I'll tell
No,
you
no,
what.
you go.
When I got diagnosed with cancer, I lost some good friends, and it's
Yeah.
strange. And I don't know. That's how people deal with it, and that's down to them, and that's fine. But I have made the best, closest friends I've ever made in my life. People like Bill and Nigel and Ian. So many great, great friends, all because of adversity.
Yes. Yes. And do you know what? To back up your statement before about supporting, so I've got a kind of real life example of that at the moment, which I'm going to share if you don't mind. So um I mentored a guy called Jon a number of years ago. I think it was 2021 or 2022. He had mouth and tongue cancer, stage 3 or 4, and I mentored him through, and um, he and ultimately I just did my job as a mentor. I was asked to do it by the Swallows Head and Neck Cancer Charity. I said absolutely, I'll do it. And Jon now has done some amazing things for me in return. I haven't had to ask for it, but he's made me aware of treatments. So he's doing some work with a pharma company that specialise in research and development for cancers, and he's made me aware of a head and neck cancer treatment and drug that they're developing that he's going to get me access to. I do believe. This is it's to back up what you were saying before. It really is our job. And every time I've mentored somebody, I'm getting a bit passionate here as I say this. I can
Yeah,
feel it in myself. Every time I've mentored somebody, I've said to them, I do hope that when this is done, you go out there and pay it forward because your job will be to do so. Because the reality is, we touched on it really early on in this interview. The loneliness and isolation of a cancer journey is real. And the only people that can really help each other, like we do, is the patients and survivors themselves. It's such an important message to get across. That doesn't mean that the NHS are failing. It doesn't mean, although they are in some ways, but it doesn't mean that they're not doing their job. It just means that they specialize in what they specialize in, and our job is to improve the life and support for each other, as cancer patients and cancer survivors. And I think I clearly needed to get that out, John. So there it is. I did.
no, I agree with that. And mentoring someone is a fantastic thing to do. You should be celebrated for that. But it's brilliant, mate. Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I also agree with you that and I've said this on many occasions, I said it to a professor once, don't tell me how to lace my shoes when you haven't walked a mile in them. And that is so true. You can
Yes.
have all the certificates and all the badges, but you've never had head and neck cancer. And I don't wish it on you, so please don't tell me what I should be doing. You know?
Yeah, that is so true, and you know, it's what people I think need to be aware of is that mentors are available if you go and look for them. You know, you do get offered the traditional counselling, psychotherapy services, you know, to help you through your journey. For me personally, and I think for a lot of people, the reason that may not work, it will do for some people for sure, but the reason it may not work for some is because, like you just said, the person you're talking to has not walked in your shoes. You know, they've you can't have a conversation. They're just looking for you to talk it all out. And I think when you have a conversation with somebody who's actually experienced a similar or same situation, then the support can't be any stronger, right?
100%, 100%. But I'm also a big believer in trying to help yourself, and positive mental attitude will get you there. I
Yes.
I started mindfulness for the Royal Marsden and did a course, and now I meditate probably every other day for an hour a day.
Oh, do you? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not me. That ain't a bag of me. That meditation, but it helped me so much. You know, it takes you to a little forest in a cottage,
Yes.
and you just go to get lost for a bit. And something else I looked into, I was thinking, how can I help myself? And I discovered art, and now I paint.
Oh.
And I put on a bit of classical music. Only I've gone all strange after cancer. I was all up. Now I'm meditating the Brahms. And yeah, and I paint in acrylics. And as it is, there's a company called Atos Medical, and they do all our supplies, all these
Yeah.
supplies. And I've designed a Christmas card for this year and painted it and that. And it's just finding something sometimes. Go and do some puzzles. Get some audio books. Do not sit there in a room on your own, staring into the oblivion,
Yeah.
say, woe is me, because that is never going to get you better.
Correct.
You've got to, and if it takes meditation, painting, writing poetry, going for walks, whatever, you've got to get your mind in a mindset. Because if you don't, and I've had some dark days, I've had
Yeah.
some weeks where I didn't want to be here.
Yes.
But you've got to get yourself out of spiral. And as you said about mentors, I really mean this to anyone out there. If you've got any sort of cancer and you want to talk to someone, my phone number is on the website. I will be there for you. I really would. No one should suffer alone or in silence.
John's website will feature in the summary when I publish this podcast, and will feature in the summary that goes out on social media when I promote this podcast. So thanks, John. That's great. That's right. You touched on earlier very lightly. I now want you to dig right into that stuff. So you are doing quite a lot of work for quite a
Yeah.
few people. What? Right, talk us through it. What are you doing? What exactly are you doing? So you're working with all these different people?
Right.
Go.
So, Life After Larry, the support group, travelled from Jon Organ to Land's End all over the place. We hold Zoom meetings, rolling on arranging face-to-face meetings. Our first one's in Surrey in November. Next year we're going Bedford, Telford, Stirling, Dublin. I work for Oracle Voices, which is an head and neck cancer charity
Yes.
supported raising awareness. I'm an ambassador to the Pro Cancer Foundation. I work with them. I work with Radiotherapy UK.
Are you able to say, John, what it is you do for these
Yeah,
charities?
so the Pro Cancer Foundation. I'm just there for them, ambassador,
Yeah.
raising awareness, doing
Yeah.
bits and pieces. Radiotherapy UK. I am part of the website, and I document read of stuff they send out to radiotherapy patients and amend documents and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rad Chat, I done a podcast with them a long time ago, but I mainly do with them now is I mentor radiotherapy students. On Monday, I've got a meeting with 6 of them of their career path. I work with the Royal Marsden Biomedical Cancer Research Panel. We meet
Amazing.
often through Zooms, and now I've picked on the ID badge. Yes, that's a paid role.
Yeah.
I've got a National Institute of Clinical Care Excellence, robotic assisted surgery panel, lay specialist. I work with the Blizzard Institute on cancer diagnosis. I'm everywhere. I'll do so much. And only by having the knowledge. See, the way I look at it, right, is I've lived experience, same as we all do. And we need to share that lived experience. But
Yes.
when I do work with Royal Marsden and NICE, Institute of Clinical Care Excellence, it could be on breast cancer, prostate cancer, any cancers. And I need to learn more about those cancers, because the more I know, the more I can help people. And that is all I
Yes.
want to do.
Do you know
So
what? It's yeah. There's it's amazing. This you're getting me a little bit. I'll be honest, but the I discovered my forte from my own journey as well. But more important, and that is ultimately to do what I'm doing and to continue what I'm doing in the cancer world too. And this isn't interviews about me, so that's fine. I'll cut it there. But what you just said, I realised that all I've ever wanted to do is make a difference to people. And if you are half or even an iota like that in your makeup, then cancer gives you the ability to do that, right?
100%, 100%. I've always wanted to try and influence or help people in a positive way.
Yeah.
But doors don't open for you. I cannot believe, and I always say to people, cancer takes so much from you. But
Yes.
if you want to, it will also give you so much. It's
Yes.
given me a new life, new friends, a new direction, new positivity. You just have to take it. And yeah, well, I will say though, it's not about you, but it is about you. And what you do doing this podcast is a fantastic thing, because you give people a platform to express and to teach and to show and to tell. And that allows other people to watch it. I was watching some podcasts of yours the other day. That allows other people to watch it and do two things. First thing is it allows them to learn. And the
Yeah.
second thing is it allows them to realize they're not alone.
Absolutely. That's the big one. Absolutely right. Yes. Yes, thank you, John. I want to cover off. So look, I do like to talk about the raw details, and this is about awareness. This is about education. I think I've got the right guy on to talk about this gritty stuff. I'm going to ask you in a second. What were the real struggles, John? I think So you've made it really clear that you can come out positively with a positive mindset. You can come out a better person. All these great things. You could do some great work for some people. You could do some great work with some organisations and charities. Amazing. But what was the really tough stuff, John, that someone might want to give you a call about to get support on? What was the really tough moments that you went through?
The tough moments are that your whole personality changes, your whole world changes, your life changes overnight in an instant. Bang, it's gone. And that's what you feel in the beginning. So surgery left me with constant pain in my shoulders and neck. I'm still on opioids now, 18 months later. I will be on them for life, I was told the other day. I
Yeah,
still undergo acupuncture. I have numbness in my hands and feet, so I use walking sticks. I'm registered disabled, and my wife is my carer. That's changed everything.
yeah,
My day-to-day life is a struggle. I have to clear my stoma. My breathing's terrible. Um, Coughing up stuff from your lungs, and you have to do it.
yeah,
And then I sleep in an hospital bed. I sleep sitting upright. Can't bend over, or I'm sick. I'm probably sick daily. Um,
right.
so those are all the struggles that you deal with. People stare at you in supermarkets. I had a
Oh,
teacher,
of course. Yes, yes,
I
yes.
had a teacher made up that said on it, not dead yet. Um, just to wear around supermarkets, just not dead yet. Rather people
Right.
ask a question than stare, but and to tell you something else that changes. So we sleep in separate rooms now. I love my wife dearly. She loves me dearly. There is no intimacy through radiotherapy or chemo or my own mental block.
Yeah.
Want to be intimate with me. So that doesn't happen. There's no post-traumatic stress is a real thing with a lot of people.
Yes.
I still
Yes.
have bad dreams and I don't mind admitting it. I'm on antidepressants, um, and it is a struggle, but there is life after Larry. It's a different life, but there is a life, and go out and seize it and enjoy it. You have your struggles. Days are blooming hard, and you're in pain a lot. I wear lidocaine badges 24 hours a day, but it doesn't matter. You're here.
Correct. John, I've got to tell you, look, I think I hope this. So we're going to share this obviously on our social media profiles. I'm going to copy in. I'm going to tag in all of the people that you do work with, obviously, or we will tag in the people that you do work with. We've got to get this interview out to a lot of people. I think that's such a key message. Life after Larry is just not just the name of a profile. It is the situation after laryngeal cancer and having your voice box removed. It exists. It's real. And you're leading the way on that amazingly. It's quite phenomenal. Um, John, I I like to sometimes end uh, an interview on a golden nuggets theme, right? So if anyone's listening that knows somebody that's go through cancer or laryngeal cancer in particular here, what are your three golden nuggets, either pre, post, or during the journey, if you like, not post journey. What I mean is post surgery also, but what three nuggets can you give to anybody out there that really, from your own experience, you know, they should take heed of?
You're saying, I wish I'd have thought about it long and hard, but I don't ever give anything thoughts like this too much. Um, I spoke at the Swallows conference last year. We were talking about swallows, and
Yeah,
someone asked me a similar question after. I don't. The first thing you have to remember is you're not alone. You are not alone. People have had this surgery before you. People have had cancer treatments before you. And thank God that they did, pioneers. Um, we should raise our hat to these people that did it in the first place. I want to say, you are not alone. The second thing I'd always like to say is your mind is your limitation. Don't allow your mind to limit your ability. If you say, I can't do that, then you can't do that.
yeah,
But if you say, I can do that, at least you will try it. So instead of sitting there saying, I can't go for a walk today because it's a bit cold and it affects my breathing and all that, and it does.
yeah,
Go for a walk, just go for a shorter walk.
yes,
As soon as you get out, your brain will feel better.
yes,
And second one, third one, sorry, can't count, is that whatever journey you're on, cancer related or not, or whatever cancer, or whatever life journey that you're on, there is a life. It doesn't matter how disfigured you are. It doesn't matter how difficult life is, or it can be daily. There is a life after cancer treatment, a life after Larry. And get out and live it. Do not go through hours of surgery and hours of treatment to sit and watch telly. Go out and
oh,
share
yeah.
your lived experience.
John, I couldn't ask for a better way to end the interview. If I'm honest, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on today. As you can tell, I'm a little bit emotional. You have got me a couple of times through this through this interview. I find you an amazing man. Me and you are clearly going to stay in touch, and keep talking. Yeah, yeah. So look, that was Jon Organ. Jon, to wrap it up, is a laryngeal cancer survivor. Let's just give him the most amazing interview about his journey, and what have you. So, look, I am Paul Schneider. This is Hear the Raw podcast. You can find us on all of the major. You've got me so much I can't even think now, Jon. On all the major podcast platforms, Amazon, Spotify, Apple, and the likes, and on Instagram on here.the.raw, and on TikTok on here_the_raw. Thanks again, Jon.
No, thank you for taking the time to listen to me, and don't forget, people, be kind to each other. Above all, be kind to yourself.
Absolutely. Big love, Jon. I'll speak to you.